Our first guest tonight is a talented man of many shows and even more voices, and he sings like an angel. This is his new album. It's called Lush Life, the Lost Sinatra. Please welcome Seth MacFarlane.
There's a Funyun.
It's so
Wow.
funny. You're drink.
Only a real alcoholic would still drink it.
Are you high? Are you high right now?
What's that? No, I'm not high
No.
at all, Jimmy. No, I'm fine.
Wow. You brought backup just in case we ran out?
Just in case. You never know when somebody's going to drop a Funyun in your drink.
You never know. It's good to see you. How you doing? Everything
I'm
all
doing
right?
good. It's good to see you, too.
No, you are, do you smoke? Are you a smoker or no?
Do I smoke, and I'm assuming you mean marijuana?
Yeah. Or anything.
I smoke a lot less marijuana than I advertise.
I see. Oh,
With
interesting.
Family Guy, people expect me to smoke a lot of weed. And I try to, please the audience by pretending that that's the case. I smoke weed maybe like twice a year.
Are you saying that because you don't want your family to know? You're hiding it from your parents? Because
My family smokes much more weed than I do.
you brought some. Do they really?
They do.
You brought some photographs of your family.
I
and,
did.
Before I show those, I want you. I'll illustrate with the.
You want to
photos.
start with this?
Yeah, I would love to if we could because
Okay.
it's an interesting tale.
Yeah. This is your producer has been trying to get me to tell this story for years.
Well, I think it gives us some insight into how you came to be you.
And out of respect for those involved, I've resisted. But now, wow, there's a lot of liquid on your.
There is
You
liquid.
wanna
Don't
wipe
worry
that up?
about it. Get a lighter and it'll be gone in a
This is what
flash.
you do for company? What a mess. So my mother, who was a wonderful woman, also had a very up sense of humor. You can edit that out. There was. We'll just dive right into this.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
My grandfather, who's a wonderful, wonderful man, Coast Guard, World War II, national hero. We love him, but I knew him as Grandpa. Came to visit with his girlfriend one year, and they were both in their 70s. And
Did your grandma know?
they were long divorced.
They were long divorced. Okay.
And his girlfriend left a pair of underwear at our house that was very large. And my mother found it and thought it was hilarious. My cousin Eric comes to visit, and they were two kindred spirits.
Okay.
Again, wonderful guy, social worker, living saint. And she goes, "You got to take a look at this." He thought it was hilarious. So before he goes to bed that night, she puts the underwear on his pillow. And he gets a laugh out of it. He wakes up early the next morning and goes into our freezer and finds a steak and wraps the steak in the underwear. And it was there for God knows how long. Next Christmas, under his tree, he opens a present and there is the underwear. So he had my mother's name sewn into the band of the underwear and FedExed to her boss. This goes on and on and on for a very long time. You might have a picture of the underwear.
I do have a picture of the
right there it
underwear
is.
right here.
That's the underwear.
They do not disappoint. Yeah, no, those are some good size underwear.
That's my mom. So this goes on for really like a decade. I mean, at one point, my cousin dressed up as a rapper and showed up at a party at my house, and we all said, "Oh, that's that famous rapper, E-commerce. You might want to get your picture taken with him." And my mother goes, "Well, I know who 50 Cent is, but I don't know who that is." And she's standing next to her nephew, taking this picture awkwardly, thinking that she's there with a celebrity. At that moment, he pulls out the underwear and hands it to her. She then put the underwear into a bottle of red wine, had it professionally, because she worked at a vineyard, had it professionally bottled.
That's
sent back to him. So he then got a friend of his to show up at the vineyard and say, like, "Listen, I'm a photographer for a glamour magazine, and I'd like to take your picture." And my mother, of course, being who she was like, well, it's about time. Where have you been these past decades? And his friend goes, but I'd like you to put on this hat. She puts the hat on, and of course it has the underwear sewn into it. He's hired.
And she had no idea she's wearing the underwear on her head.
Exactly. So this goes on and on and on. This goes on and on for many, many, many years. And finally, they're sitting there one night around Thanksgiving, and my mother says to my cousin Eric, you know it's not going to stop until one of us is dead. And eventually, my mother passed away. The problem is that she had the underwear when it happened, and we don't know where it is. There's nothing in the will.
Maybe it'll show up when you least expect it.
It could be. If I know her, there was some sort of posthumous plan.
I have a feeling that when, God forbid, Eric passes away, it's going to be on his head in the coffin.
Probably. Knowing my mother, it will probably be on his headstone. But yes. So that's that story.
When you were a kid, did you love like big band music? And is this something?
Well, there's no segue there at all, is there?
Well, because I'm wondering because that's such a weird thing.
I get that network TV has time limits, but
it's such a weird thing to be into that as a little boy.
Yes.
I mean, there's almost no genre of music it is weirder to be into than to be into big band music.
I know. I was big into film scores. I was big into big band music. I remember my father, who, by the way, was at Woodstock, a proud liberal, walking into my room and unprompted saying to me, "You like a good rock and roll song now and then, right?"
Was he worried about you?
He was a little worried. I think he was a little worried.
Yeah, I can see that. I understand that. I would be worried about you too.
Yeah.
So you would listen to what? What were your records?
I did make Variety's top 10 list of people you thought were gay but who are not this year. But yeah.
This is not even a gay thing. It's like just like you're secretly 80 or something.
Secretly 80. Yes.
So you got into this when you were very young. You become really, is it fair to say, obsessed with Frank Sinatra?
I was obsessed with film scores when I was a kid. I loved John Williams and Jerry Goldsmith and James Horner and Elmer Bernstein and half the names, Henry Mancini, and I found my way into Sinatra that way because he recorded with a full orchestra. And if you take his vocal out of a lot of his recordings, it sounds like he's singing to a film score. It's very classical, it's very dramatic. And that was kind of how I found my way in, sort of through the back door. And
then you became friendly with Frank Sinatra Jr., who I would assume you sought out and put on the show. Is that how it worked? Yeah.
Yeah. I saw him at the Canyon Club here in L.A. And we brought him on to Family Guy. He was on maybe 2 or 3 times, and he was wonderful. He was the kindest, sweetest guy who always, and maybe it was that I was a lot younger than him. He always, when he started a conversation, he would assume that I was born yesterday.
I see.
And he said to me at one point, "Seth, there was a very famous director who was big long before you were born, named Sir Alfred Hitchcock."
It's considerate.
It's considerate. He was a considerate guy.
Insulting also, in a way, yeah. And then you became friendly with Tina Sinatra.
Tina Sinatra.
One of Frank's 2 daughters.
Yeah, who's wonderful.
And she found this treasure trove of arrangements that had never been recorded, correct?
Yes, yeah. She was, when Frank Jr. passed away, the stewardship of Sinatra's library of charts moved on to her. And she asked if I would like to acquire it. And I said, absolutely. And what we found were out of 1,200 boxes of charts, about 100 songs that Frank had never recorded. A lot of them from his golden era, which was 1958 to
And these are the songs.
These are the songs.
Wow, this is crazy. And we can see Frank's right there. You can see how happy he is that you did this. And later on, you will be performing these songs with Ty Dolla $ign? Is that
Ty Dolla $ign, you know it, man. You know it. Be there or be square.
Seth MacFarlane, everybody. This is his album, Lost Life. The Lost Sinatra is out now. We'll be right back with Draymond Green. Guillermo, do you know how many subscribers we have on YouTube now?
20 million.
That's right, yeah. That's why we're wearing these glasses. Thanks for being a subscriber. If you're not, help us get to 20,000,001.